Hey guys, it's Saturday morning. Let's take the Yamaha XT-250 out to the Yuba River between Simpson Lane and the East Street Bridge and see what's going on down there. I haven't been down there in a while. Before we go though, do you recognize anything different? Yeah, a rack. This rack's pretty nice. It's steel, it's not aluminum, so it's a little bit heavy, but it's heavy duty. And it's high enough off the taillight assembly back there where it's not going to rub anything. It's big enough for whatever you want to strap on there. It can probably handle it. But I'm thinking maybe just, an ice chest with some water bottles and ice in it, a little small zip-up bag. One of the best things about a dual sport is no loading on a trailer or in the pickup. Just hop on it and go. The river is only a couple of miles from where I live, so I just have to zip through a few residential streets and then get out on some open road and boom, we're there. Okay, we made it. Looks like they tried to block it off, but I'm gonna go in anyway. Uh-oh, look at that. Fresh blackberries. Man, I love fresh blackberries next to the river. They taste better for some reason, I don't know. Maybe they don't, but it seems like they're a little fresher next to the river. There's a bunch of ripe ones. If you're local and you watch this in the next few days, you know where to get some fresh blackberries. There's a bunch of ripe elderberries too. You can juice these things, or you can make jam out of it, or put them in some smoothie or something. I don't know. They blocked this area off a few years ago, but before that, as long as I can remember, this was open. And on a Saturday morning, this place would have been crowded with 4x4s and dirt bikes and quads and stuff. It's good land to ride on. I'm not sure why they blocked it off. I don't agree with it. I think this should be open still, but whatever. Alright, boys and girls, we made it. Here's the Yuba River. It's running a little low because it's the end of summer. It's almost September, it's the end of August, so, you know, all the snow's melted off and we're just getting a little bit of water from up the hill. Right here the terrain gets a little rocky and it's a little harder to steer, a little bit bumpy, but it's okay. The water is clear and it looks inviting, but this water is cold. If you go swimming, it's bearable, but you got to get used to it for a little while. It's a little colder than the other river, the Feather River. It's right down the way. Quite peaceful out here this morning, having the only vehicle out here, but it's also a little disheartening because I remember not very long ago in the distant past this place being packed out with people, and they weren't bothering anything, they weren't destroying anything, they were just hanging out, you know, four-wheeling at the river, dirt biking, quadding. This was the place to go. This was, you know, free entertainment. It's a shame that California has to block everything off and act like they own everything. It's not we the people here, it's they the government. A lot of times here, local governments will do a land grab and then blame it on homeless people. And in my head, I'm thinking, you don't want homeless people camping at the river? You would rather them camp out in town? Where's the logic in that? That sounds kind of counterproductive. I mean, if you're homeless and you have nowhere to go, somewhere private, like, you know, the river seems like a better option than downtown sidewalk. To me, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. The sand is really soft right here and really deep all the way to the river. So I gotta make sure I don't bog down. If you're looking for a good place to go swimming and you don't mind freezing cold water, this is a good spot. The water's clear, it's just cold. Well, there is one other person out here, but I think he's affiliated with the motocross track that's just over the little levee right there. My guess is he rode out here to make sure I wasn't tearing any sand up or anything, I guess. I don't know. Whatever you can tear up out here. Doesn't look like there's a lot. Okay, that's our trip to the Yuba River. Let's go ahead and start heading back now. Hey, look, the remains of a track. The ground's a little firmer here, but I can see why they probably discontinued this one. Could you imagine falling down right here with all these rocks while you're racing? Ay, ay, ay. I doubt if you can fully appreciate the bumpiness in the video as you can in real life, but this is bumpy. might not seem that exciting to some people, but to me, this is my idea of a good time. Just out here, it's peaceful, empty, me, my bike, and a trail. Every now and then I'd like to see some other people, but this morning, this is just good. Just no one's here. Okay, breaking through the barricade from this direction's a little trickier because I'm gonna be the wrong way. I'm right-handed, so coming in I was leaning on my left or my right foot. Coming out, I'm gonna have to lean on my left foot. Let's go fill up the tank. Let's go get some gas and see what kind of mileage we're getting. If you're familiar with Linda, California, and you haven't been here for a while, it hasn't changed. It's still ugly. When you think California, I'm sure lately you think weird politics and, messed up state. But there was a time when people thought California, and they thought the beach or nice neighborhoods, but this is not typically what you think of. This is Linda. I apologize. It is what it is. Sorry. It isn't the typical daydream you think of when you hear the word California. Did you see those gas prices? If you don't live in California, you can stop right now and thank God. Okay, look, I have 75.4 miles on the trip counter. And thanks to our current political regimes in both Sacramento and Washington, D.C., regular unleaded is only $4.67 a gallon at the cheapest place in town. Look, someone traded $100 for 19 gallons. At my last fill up, I was getting 72 miles a gallon. That includes off-road too. On-road, off-road, I was getting 72 miles a gallon. I make sure the tank is as full as I can get it between fill-ups. That way my calculations are more accurate. $5 for 1.07 gallons. Is there a way to vote out the cockroaches? 75.4 miles divided by 1.07 gallons gives me about 70.5 miles per gallon. That's not bad considering most of the time I have a passenger and I do a lot of off-roading. So that's with off-roading and a passenger most of the time. It's not bad. Okay, now I'm going to set the trip counter back to 0. So when I fill up again, I can do the same math and figure out what I'm getting then.